Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 44 of Walking with Jay. I am up and at it this morning, I'll tell you. Took my blood sugar, fasting blood glucose readings this morning, and down to 79, which is a new low, but it's past the threshold of what makes me comfortable for sure. So I went ahead and had a banana for breakfast before my walk here this morning because I'd like to keep them between 80 and 100. So had to rectify that situation a little bit. Hopefully that'll work. That banana sure was tasty. I haven't had any fruit for the last little while, and so it sure was tasty. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Got to keep an eye on that because I don't want my blood sugars to get too low, and I don't want my blood sugar to crash during the day or anything like that. So we'll just keep an eye on it. I'm out here this morning. It's a beautiful morning. A little bit of a chill in the air, but we've been right in the middle of a heat wave here in sunny St. George, and probably in a lot of places in this country. But I'll tell you what, it is nice this morning. Got the sun peeking up over the horizon here, and I'm getting ready to get my walk on. 20 minutes of walking a day, that's what I'm trying to promote here for myself. At the low end, that's why I do the show for 20 minutes. But I really try it. My goal actually is to get about 10,000 steps in a day, and I've been pretty successful at that. So I'm just gonna keep walking. Pretty low calories yesterday. A lot of stairs and a lot of walking, and I gained 0.2 pounds, and that happens, I think. Who knows why? But people will say, oh, it's muscle mass, or it's you're retaining water, or something like that. And it can be any number of things. That's why I don't get too wrapped up in the numbers on the scale. That's why I'm paying attention more to the numbers, a couple of numbers that I'm really paying attention to. My fasting blood glucose numbers, trying to keep under 100 for 90 days straight. I believe today is day 14 of that. And then the other numbers I'm trying to keep track of is trying to keep my calories low, and trying to keep my try to keep my numbers of stairs above 20 and my number of steps above 10,000. So those are the numbers that I feel I have a lot more control over than the actual scale numbers, to see how many pounds my body weighs. So I'm sure that those numbers will come down too, but I don't think that I'm as able to control them. And so with things I can't control, I don't like to set goals on, because they're hard to influence. Not hard to, you can influence them, but you can't really control them too well. I know that with my body, I can gain or lose 5 pounds in a day, so it's not really, at this point, I don't feel like I have too much influence over what the scale says. So maybe later I will, as I track it and try to see some trends over time, be able to correlate things to the diet, or correlate things to the exercise level and different stuff like that. Anyway, somebody told me, I watched this guy, his YouTube channel is called Obese to Beast, and he dropped about the amount of weight that I feel like I need to drop. And so yeah, he said like 90% of it, and I could be getting the percentages wrong, but he said about 90% of it is diet. So diet and nutrition, that's the main focus. I do like exercising because it makes me feel stronger, and it makes me feel fit. So functionally fit, that's really what I'm going for too. So anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about this morning. Just chatting about the the goal that I have, and the thing that, you know, I say that weight loss isn't my goal right now, and it isn't. I view things kind of in two categories. I view them as dreams or goals. And I think dreams are important because that's what sets you off on your journey. You know, you got to have a dream of where you want to go and what you want to do. I'm only working really on one major goal right now. Maybe after I get this 90-day challenge done, I'll start focusing on another specific goal. So goals are time sensitive, they're very specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're relevant to your life. Oh great, just like these sprinklers coming on. Oh no, iPhone. Anyway, that's the risk of running a show when the sprinklers are coming on. So, it should be fine. Anyway, that was a nice little shower this morning. All right, well, what do you do about that? Anyway, yeah, the difference between goals and dreams. Dreams are super important, but they don't have time limits on them. Dreams don't even have to be realistic. And I think dreams are super important to expand your thinking and expand your horizons. One question that you could ask to dream a little bit is, if I knew I couldn't fail, no matter what, if I knew I couldn't fail, what would I try in life? If I had no fear of failure, what would I try? The first time I heard that question, not the first time, but one of the times I heard that was in my peer support specialist training class. And one of the things I put down was save money. It was a thing that I would do if I knew I couldn't fail. But I'm notoriously bad at saving money because, well, I'm not as bad now as I was before that training. But anyway, that's what, I'm not going to go into all of that. I'm just here to tell you that dreaming. Okay, I got lost. I got started thinking about those sprinklers again. Where am I going to walk? Well, so here's the deal. I'm going to get back on track. This is what you get with Jay in the morning. And low blood sugar. So that's got to account for some of my spaciness this morning. Hopefully that banana will kick in and I'll be sharp as a tack. So, yeah, so dreams are so important. Yeah, there's a book called, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's called Think Big, I think is what it is. But you read these kind of things and they get you all excited and pumped up about being able to do something awesome in your life. And eventually what you have to do though is you have to take those dreams and turn them into goals. And not goals, here I'm preaching something that I don't practice very well, very often. That's why I'm starting with just one goal. So yeah, so goals are specific, you know, you take the dream and you break it down into manageable steps, things that you can do. So you have your goal, but then you have your objectives and your strategies and your tactics. That's a hard word for me, you know that? Tactics that you use to try to reach your goals. And my current goal, of course, if you've been following me, it's to keep my blood sugar under 100 for 90 days with the allowance of 5 outliers above 100. So in baseball you get 3 strikes. I'm giving myself 5 strikes, right? So this is kind of my T-ball version of, I don't know if the T-ball doesn't give you 5 strikes, but you get a T and that makes it easier to hit the ball. don't have Robbie Reber throwing the fastball at you 130 miles an hour. So anyway, here we go. Yeah, so dreams and goals, gotta have them both. Be a big dreamer, man. Think about what it is that you want in your life, and just really spend some time. Don't allow it to get you frustrated or anything like that, but take some time to dream big. I've been dreaming really big lately, and I don't always share my dreams too much. I'll share my goals because when I've made it a goal of something, it's really tangible, you know. It's really gosh, I'm not thinking too well this morning. It's okay though. It's tangible, and I'm just, when I share a goal, it's something that I really believe is doable. Let me share some of my dreams though. I'll take a risk this morning and share some of my dreams. One of my dreams is to be able to, I'd like to make a record, okay? So yeah, and see, making a record, that's something that should be able to, now I'm talking musical record here, that should be something that I could turn into a goal for sure. But to me, it's still in the category of dream because I can't really get specific about it, and I can't, there's just so many variables to it right now that with everything that I'm doing, I can't focus on that right now. But it is a dream of mine to make a record, and I'd like to, honestly, if I were dreaming, I would do a record every year with songs that kind of reflect where I'm at that point in my life. Yeah, so I think that would be cool. I love music. I love playing with a lot of musicians and stuff like that, so that would be a dream, is to make records. Part of that would be what Stacy, my wife, and Gina Smith have both suggested to me, which was just to do instead of walking with Jay, do a jamming with Jay video series of playing with a bunch of different musicians. And I think I do like that concept more than just having one set band of people that I play with and try to, because I've got friends who are in bands, and see, even that, it sounds like such hard work of what they do. You have to load the equipment around, and it's time consuming. You have to rehearse the numbers, you have to play in places where there's maybe 5-10 people there, and all for the love of rock and roll and the hope of getting your music out there. And so that's what, with everything else that I'm doing right now, that would just seem like an impossibility to me. But to get together with somebody, a couple acoustic guitars, maybe a piano, what have you, and just make some music and videotape it on the old VHS or Betamax, whichever you choose. That's a joke for my non-millennial viewers. Just kidding. I'm not trying to dog on millennials at all. I'm just calling myself old is what I'm doing. Just rambling so I can get this walk in. Yeah, so that would be a dream. And so sharing that dream, that's a little bit risky, because then you kind of let people know that that's something that you are interested in. And then if you let people know that, the risk is people would say, well, why the heck aren't you doing something about that? And why am I not doing something about that? I don't know. If you play an instrument and you want to get together and jam, let's do it. Let's get together and jam, and we'll put it on Facebook Live or what have you, and we'll keep going. Anyway, I need other people to make my dreams come true, usually. And that's always been a hard part for me, is coordinating things with other people. And so when I do stuff by myself, like especially with music, when I do stuff by myself, it's not I don't enjoy it as much. It's like yeah, it's like it takes other people to make the chemistry and the magic happen. So, because quite frankly, my skills are not that great, but I do love to do it. And so anyway, see, this is what happens when you start talking about dreams, is all of the self-doubt and all of that stuff starts surfacing up too. And so the only way to get rid of self-doubt is to take action, massive focused action, like Tony Robbins says. So maybe this is the first step of me taking action towards that jamming with Jay concept, Stacy and Gina. Is just thinking it out and talking it out. Maybe I'll get some feedback on that, I don't know. Maybe someone will say, hey, don't quit your day job. That's likely. So anyway, you know, when I just go off the top of the head, you get everything, folks. You get the confidence, but you also get the self-deprecating humor. You also get the doubts. So, and the key to it all, I'm telling you, if you just walk through it, just continue walking through it. Now I'm talking to myself here because I'll be listening to this probably tonight as I go to sleep. Funny enough, these episodes put me right to sleep. I bore the heck out of myself. So I can imagine if I'm boring to myself, I'm boring you. So that makes me think that I need to step up my game. And I need to get a strategy for that. But guess what? Even this walking with Jay isn't a goal for me yet. It's a little bit. I do want to do it every day. So it is kind of a goal, but it's more of a, it's not something that I'm consciously, yes, I'm consciously doing. It's hard to say. It's different. So it's a different kind of goal than the tracking the, no, it's a goal. Forget it. It's a goal. I messed up on that one. This walking with Jay is a goal. I want to walk and document the journey. So this is a goal. Hello. All right. Geez. See how see what it takes for me to clarify things in this noggin of mine? It takes just walking and talking and working things out. So I'll just keep up with it. And listen, we're getting really close to the 20-minute mark. I better say something of value here in this show. I want to thank my good friend Lee Ballou. Yesterday he promoted my YouTube page on Facebook, and I just thought, I was just so honored by that. You know, someone stepping up to try to help me out with my YouTube page, which is, now I'll shamelessly plug it myself. It's Uncle Diz, UNCLE DIZZ, and that's where I share. That's where I store all of these Walking with Jay videos. But I just want to thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. Appreciate you doing that. And actually, so my subscribers went up quite a bit yesterday. So that was pretty neat. Pretty doggone neat, and I appreciate that. Didn't have to do that, sir. So yeah, just want to shout out to Lee. I want to shout out to everybody who's been supporting me on Facebook and following my dietary stuff on Instagram, my numbers there. It's just really great to get everybody's support. It makes me feel good. I hope that I'm providing some value to you. That's the give and take of it all, right? The back and forth of it all. I hope that I'm able to provide support and hopefully some inspiration to you. If nothing else, it's just a guy who struggles with depression and bipolar disorder and who's still just walking forward and trying to make it. And hopefully you'll find something in that is of value to you. And if it is, I'm glad for that. I really am glad for that. I don't think I would do this if it were just me talking into this little rectangle here, just for myself. I think I would quit pretty quickly. So Anyway, I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate all of the support. I'm going to go ahead and knock out of here, do a quick about face, and start heading home. But I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I am actually going to do another episode tonight with my good friend Chris Knowlton. So keep your eyes open for that. And hopefully it's not 116 degrees like it was yesterday. But we'll see how it goes. Love you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. And peace.